Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. What's going on, pile 1? Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another pick a card love reading. We're tapping in and channeling through what is going on with your person in their life. Okay, so we're going to be getting their overall energy, just kind of how they're feeling, you know, just overall about life in general, about what's going on in their life. And then we're going to tap in and find out, you know, what their energy is towards you. Messages they might have for you, stuff like that. We're just gonna be nosy. Okay, so this is gonna be for those of you where for whatever reason you might not be in regular communication with your person. You could be in no communication. You know, this is gonna be for those of you where you wouldn't know what's going on with your person because you're not involved with them like that. Okay, you don't have to be separated from them necessarily, but you get the gist. All right, so just keep in mind it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, do whatever you want with it. If something isn't quite landing, just drop that message or that bit of information, leave it behind for whomever it is resonating with. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details can be found there. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category, and many of them are just $25. Okay, so go see which ones fit your guys' needs. We're gonna get going on your reading. You guys were drawn to, I believe this is Porcelain Jasper. Porcelain Jasper. Okay, let me look at some stuff real quick. Let's see. First, we're going to look at like their overall energy towards just overall about life in general, what their main focus is. So we have their main focus right now and their main energy. We have waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. They're actually feeling really good about something right now. Their main focus we have is the sun. So it says leadership, happiness, creativity, confidence. This feels like something is happening in your person's favor. Let's see, creativity, confidence, spirit, ego, self-awareness, and expression. They could have possibly been promoted, going through a promotion. They're making moves and steps in the direction towards, like, you know, a goal that maybe they've had for a while. And it looks like things are going really well in that regard. Okay. yeah, they've got a pretty good outlook on things in their overall life right now. So let's do a little bit more digging. Let's be nosy. What is pile one's person currently up to in their life right now? What's going on in pile one's person's life? Ooh, we got poison. This is toxic, unhealthy behaviors in people. Okay. So this could be your person feeling good about possibly, maybe possibly cutting people off. We'll do some digging. What's going on in pile one's person's life right now? We have, ooh, soulmate. This says similar friendship, romantic partner. Let's get one more. Grip, man, okay. All right, tell me more about poison. Okay, yeah, they're done with toxic people. This is them cutting the cord, walking away from unhealthy, toxic relationships and people in their life and connections just overall. Okay, tell me more about soulmate. Tell me more about grip. Grip says anchor, chains, way down. Tell me more about grip. Financial support. Okay, yeah, and this says child alimony government underneath grip. So your person could be feeling weighed down by some kind of financial responsibility in their life right now that could be tied to, you know, child support, alimony, or some kind of like government debt that they owe. Okay, bottom of the deck energy is ascension. Yeah, and this is spiritual path and awakening, and this feels like tied to your person having faith in whatever their dreams are. Okay, again, this largely feels like something is your person is in a very good head and a heart space when it comes to whatever their dreams are, like they're moving in that direction. With soulmate here, it's a similar friendship, romantic partner being clarified by receipts with proof and show me. This is almost like your person having received whatever signs they need or whatever proof that they need that this is in regards to like a relationship or a connection in their life. Okay, so having walked away from toxic, unhealthy connections, people, relationships and stuff, and then maybe focusing on one particular connection in general. And that doesn't have to be necessarily just focusing on one person. This is them like maybe going through and sifting out their like friend circle or just their connections overall and choosing to focus on the people, the friendships, the connections and stuff that they know they can trust, that are healthy, things of that nature. Okay, so let's see what's going on with their energy towards you. We have coming to life, but it's showing up in the reverse. We have the number 29, the number 11, or the number 2 could be significant. Let me see, 29 in the reverse. The coming to life card is a gentle reminder to get out of your own way, to let go and let spirit lead. New life is unstable in the beginning and needs gentle care. Farmers don't go into their fields and pull up the shoots of plants to see how they're doing. They know that everything has its own cycle of growth. Let nature take its course. Find other things to focus on right now. Simplicity and small steps are the order of the day. When the time is right, you will see the miracle. Okay, so I mean, I don't know. Let me find out. Let's see what their overall thoughts and feelings are towards you and their connection with you at this time. Their overall thoughts and feelings towards pile 1, please. Pile 1's person. Okay, we've got I meant what I said. We're going to get 3 more. Still battling addiction and inner demons. Oh, okay. And then haunted by the past. Yeah. And then at the bottom of the deck says maintaining no contact. You know, some of with the toxic and healthy behavior in people, that can also talk about your person possibly being done with their own toxicity, okay? Possibly, you know, for the reasons of making themselves a healthy soulmate kind of a connection. Like, your person could be realizing, like, yeah, they needed to be done with toxic people and connections in their life, but they could also be looking at themselves and their own behaviors that made them toxic to other people. The energy that they're in, though, when it comes to you, they're talking about maintaining no contact. The two of you are not speaking. We have still battling addiction and inner demons, and so, you know, your person could be still, you know, although they do feel like done, like they want to wrap up something when it comes to their own toxic behaviors, maybe even, you know, an addiction they might be battling, they're still being haunted by that. And there's also still something about the past regarding you and their connection with you that they still think about. It's not like they ruminate in that still. Let's see. For some of you, your person could be going through some kind of like a 12-step program type of a recovery thing, or like they could be attending recovery groups, or maybe going to therapy or something like that. There is an energy coming through pile 1. Your person feels like there might be something in regards to you and their connection with you where they feel like they want to apologize, or they at least feel apologetic. Now, whether or not they're going to come through in the 3D and actually apologize to you in the physical, you know, remains to be seen. But there is a sense here of your person feeling some guilt and shame when it comes to maybe how they behaved with you, okay? Tell me more about their thoughts and feelings, or their overall energy when it comes to pile 1, please. With coming to life showing up in the reverse, there may just be a thing here where your person feels like, you know, maybe too much damage to this connection, to their connection with you has been done, that there is no resurrecting it. Pile 1's person, tell me more about their overall energy towards pile 1, please. They want to, though. With the Magician coming out, it's like they want to be able to breathe life back into the connection. And they might even try to be figuring out ways in order to do that. For many of you, that might be why your person is going through some kind of a recovery program, or getting some kind of professional help, or at least kind of like they're thinking in that direction, like, how do I get help for these behaviors of mine that hurt pile 1? The energy for that is there with the Magician, and that is what, Gemini energy. We got Leo energy coming out with the Sun over here. Tell me more. There's definitely something your person's wanting to transcend. They're wanting to get over. It feels like a lot of their own issues, especially with Ascension at the bottom of the deck with Spiritual Path and Awakening. Tell me more. Tell me more for pile 1's person. Oh yeah, see, they want to come back. 8 of Cups in the reverse, okay? They do want coming to life in the reverse. They don't want that energy to be in the reverse. They want it to be in the upright position, and that feels like resurrecting the connection, breathing new life into it. They're just not that optimistic about it being able to happen because of their own inner demons and their own, you know, battles and inner struggles that they're going on, even including addiction. Okay, let's get one more. Tell me more. Pile 1's person. Their overall energy towards pile 1, please. They just don't know. I just need one more. Four of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, they're not wanting to necessarily reject your guys' connection. Especially if there were an offer on the table. So this maintaining no contact doesn't feel, I mean, yeah, it could be because you may not want it. Yeah, look at the bottom of the deck says the Four of Wands. Wow, they do want reunion. They want to be on the same page with you. That soulmate energy feels like you. That came out earlier, okay? And that being the case with receipts coming up underneath it, it's like your person received some kind of sign or something. They've gotten whatever proof they needed to know that you are the one that they were meant to be with. And for some of you, it's like they are wanting to contact you, okay? With that Four of Wands. That's also twin flame energy if you believe in that. If not, it's again, it's soulmate energy, and it's showing me that you are included in that soulmate energy. So if they have cut themselves off or they are keeping themselves separated from you, it's not because they're seeing you as toxic, it's they're seeing themselves as toxic. And for many of you, your person is at least forward thinking about like getting help if they're not actually getting help for whatever these inner demons are, okay? Doing shadow work, going, you know, to treatment programs, seeking therapy, stuff like that. Let's see what's going on with Haunted by the Past. This is their past with you. Tell me more about Haunted by the Past. The Queen of Wands is this pile one. Fire sign energy here, Aries, Leo, Sag, is this pile one for the most part. Come on, is this pile one? I'm hearing yes and no. Is this pile one? Or pile one, or is this talking about their past in general? It's you, yeah. And let's see, the Four of Pentacles. Is that pile one or their person? Yeah, that's your person. Oh, wow. The King of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, they know they're not matching energy here. So they're thinking about all the ways they held back from this connection, not giving you your metaphorical flowers, not, you know, honoring their connection with, just not honoring you as an energy and as a dynamic, right? Like they're seeing you as the Queen of Wands in the upright position, you know, and they're coming through the energy of the King of Wands in the reverse, not matching energy at all. Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Wow. The past they're haunted by is about basically how happy either you made them feel or could have, or no, this is about the past, about your guys' family. If you have a family together, you know, if you have kids together, if you were married or still are married, but maybe estranged and separated, you know, whatever the case may be, they're haunted by, like, what they're haunted by is actually the good memories, how good it was with you. And maybe and how badly it was, you know, and how they withheld from that connection with the Four of Pentacles there. Tell me more about I meant what I said. Oh, wow. Well, the Five of Cups in the upright position being clarified by the Knight of Cups in the reverse. They are feeling very disappointed. I'm hearing in themselves. They're feeling very disappointed in themselves. There's a lot of things that they should have expressed. There's a lot of things they should have offered and they didn't. What else? For many of them, they've been blocked. They're blocked from, y'all are either you're blocked from social media or they're blocked, or it could be both. For many of you, though, if they blocked you, it could very well be, especially if your person's in some kind of a recovery program or they're trying to heal inner demons and stuff, they might see it as a setback to like constantly be checking up on you. Or it could also be something where your person is just not ready, you know, to see you move on or anything like that. It feels, what do they call that? Yes, preemptive is what's coming through. Not necessarily blocking you from social media because, you know, it's not coming through that they're blocking you from social media because they don't want you, or they don't want you looking at their social media or something like that. It feels more like they're blocking you because they don't want to be the ones looking at your stuff. It feels a lot like that. The Page of Swords in the reverse being clarified by the Two of Swords. There's restricted access to somebody's social media here. Clarifying, talking more about I meant what I said. So yeah, it's in regards, like whatever it is that they told you, I'm hearing doubling down. They're doubling down on that for some reason. I'm hearing them say, did they tell you something along the lines, pile one, like they weren't going to chase you this time? That being the case, the reason why they're saying that is because they need to heal with still battling addiction and inner demons, and chasing you in that state like perpetuated a cycle between the two of you that just was not healthy. It was toxic is what your person is saying. Let's get some messages from them to you, and then we will end your reading. What do you want pile one to know? Oh, it says I can't get enough of you. They might see you as another one of their addictions. Okay, pile one. And that could be legitimate. That's what limerence is, you know, codependence and stuff like that. That might be another reason why, if they blocked you, that's why they blocked you, is to restrict their own access to, like, you know, constantly looking at your social media. They're noticing something very unhealthy and toxic about your guys' dynamic, like their attachment to it. It not like it's fueling their inner demons and maybe even in their addiction. And so this doesn't feel like, you know, let me get a couple more before I finish that thought. What do you want pile one to know? I regret lying to you, and that is showing up right underneath still battling addiction and inner demons. For many of you, that may have been what they withheld from you. They may have withheld from you the fact that they do have some kind of an addiction, that they do have, you know, inner demons that make it almost impossible for them to, you know, honor the beautiful family life that you guys either had or could have had. Okay, but there is regret coming through in their energy. That's what I was tapping into earlier, that shame and that guilt, and there's regret about that. You know, they hurt you, they regret that, they regret hurting you. Give me one more. What do you want pile one to know, please? I want to feel that way again. Yeah, and that's coming up right underneath haunted by the past, the good memories. They want to feel that way again. There's a sense of home and a sense of family that they felt with you that they no longer have, since the two of you are in no contact. Since the two of you are not speaking, or you guys are just not in that dynamic anymore, and they really do miss that. So, I mean, overall, and then at the bottom of the deck, it says, I need security. So, I mean, overall, like, your person's energy, they are feeling hopeful about something. Let's see if we can map out what exactly that is. It could just be maybe they're more or less focusing on work. So, have faith in dreams. Tell me more about what that is. Because, again, your person has in general, they feel hopeful when it comes to their future and their life in general. I'm hearing them say they got a new lease on life. they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So so is this like a specific goal or something that they're working towards? Yes, and it is tied to like legacy, okay, with the 10 of Pentacles here. It is. There's a specific goal. And, you know, that could be tied to kids if you guys have them, or if they have them. It could be tied to business, career, investments, stuff like that. They're feeling hopeful about that again. All right, you guys, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, do me a favor, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so, simply by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement, and I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading by Pile 1. Pile 2, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back. If you're here and you're new to my channel, my name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading, tapping in and channeling through what is going on with your person, what's going on with them in their life, okay? So this is going to be for mainly those of you, for whatever reason, you know, maybe you're not in contact with your person, or you're just not in regular contact, but for some reason you don't know really what's up in their life, okay? So we're going to be looking at overall general energies that they're in, just overall, and then we are going to be spending a lot of the reading, you know, how you factor in, you know, if at all. All right, you guys. So, you know, we're going to find out what, you know, their energy is towards you, you know, any messages they might have for you, their thoughts and feelings and stuff like that, and see, you know, if any of that factors into just, you know, what they got going on in life. So keep in mind, you guys, it's a general collective love reading. Whatever resonates, do whatever you want with it. If something isn't quite landing, just drop that information or that message and leave it behind for whomever it's resonating with. I have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. All the booking details can be found in the description box. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. I keep adding more, especially to the $25 specific person readings. There's like 7 of them available now, so go see which ones fit your guys' needs. All right. God, this is like blue, and I never know how to say that word. Like, if you've seen it in the description box, that's what this is. It's blue. I don't know how to pronounce it. If anybody knows how to pronounce that word, put it in the comments. Help your girl out, okay? Let's see. Let's find out what their main overall energy is just in life in general. So we have, what do you need to release? The waning moon, and then a full moon right after that. It says this is their focus: blessings, blossoming, celebration, release what's no longer serving you, recharge your energy, inner work, letting go of the past, and manifestation. And then their energy towards you, we have deep freeze. We'll look at that here in a second. We're going to get into their energy, just overall, see what they got going on in life right now. Okay, Pile 2's person. Obsession. What's going on in Pile 1's person's life? So we have obsession. It says must have indulgence. We also have history with, you know, past and happened. Grip says anchors, chains and weighed down. Yeah, that may be why we have what do you need to release. There's something that your person might be ruminating on, and it could be an actual obsession. We'll see. Tell me more about obsession. Oh, they could have a gaming. They could be addicted to video games, social media, TikTok. I'm hearing specifically. This is tuned in, internet, and connected. They could be, yeah. This feels more along the lines of like social media, constant scrolling. If it's not that, and or it could be video games specifically. That could also be talking about their phone as well. There's a sense of always being plugged in. but into something, it's online. It feels like it's online. Okay, so they could be always on their phones, always on the internet, always, could even be the TV, right? But it feels more like there's some kind of a social thing to it. I know when people game, they can game with other people, but it feels something more like that. And it can give people a false sense of connection. Tell me more about history. Tragedy. Oh, okay. So they might be using like social media and or gaming as a way to escape dealing with something that has happened, something tragic. This actually says forbidden love, okay? But it is something that is from the past. Let's talk about grip. Tell me more about grip. That says anchor, weighed down in chains. Tell me more about grip. Ooh, divine. Yeah, this is about specifically a divine feminine. Okay, and it may be like that's what your person is needing to release. Bottom of the deck says alien. It says telepathic dreams and songs. It's almost like your person's being haunted by whoever that divine feminine is. We'll see if that's you, okay? Yeah, they're spinning out is what I'm hearing. And actually that's why they are kind of obsessed with like video gaming and social media. That's their way of dissociating. That's their way of keeping themselves from spinning out, but they're not realizing that them spending so much time online is actually them spinning out. Oh, and full moon says release what's no longer serving you, along with the waning moon saying what do you need to release? They need to release what's no longer serving them. They're trying to, but they're having a very difficult time doing that. Let's see what their overall energy is towards you. It says deep freeze, so we have the number 26, the number 8 could also be significant. Now we're getting into their actual energy towards you. This says everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. Oh, wow, and then full moon says let go of the past. And we have the past actually coming out on the board. Wow. They're having a hard time doing that, though. Let's see. The book continues to say, the cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not yet ready to bloom. Didn't this something around here say blossoming? Yeah. Full moon says blossoming. Interesting. Huh. All of this may be you. Like, you could be the divine feminine here, that they're using video games and or social media, maybe even dating apps. It's not the strongest of energy because there is actually a card in there that talks about dating, but using the video games and or social media, doom scrolling, stuff like that. Now Twitter's coming through, X, right? As a way to, I'm hearing drown you out. The book continues to say it's time for regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A quote-unquote pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere, not needing to. Hold on. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere and not needing to. Interesting. Oh, wow. And then I'm like gaming, right? Now I'm like seeing the gaming pause, like pausing the gaming, but that might just be another way of talking about putting your guys' connection being on pause. I mean, and for you, pile 2, you might see your connection as being over, but your person hasn't accepted that yet. They haven't allowed themselves to accept that yet. The book goes on to say this is also a time to put all of your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now. So reflect, read a good book, or get a massage, rest and dream. So for some of you, there's energy coming through. You guys, this may be like a fresh breakup. That's the majority of the energy that's coming through. And they're not dealing with it, or they're at that point where they're drowning it out, right? Not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to accept that maybe, you know, it's over or something like that. Let me see. What's pile two's person, their honest thoughts and feelings towards pile? They could be having dreams of you or whoever this divine feminine is, or is a sense of whoever this divine feminine is. And for many of you, I feel like it's you, pile two. Whoever this divine feminine is, it's like they're constantly thinking of that person to the point of even dreaming of that person or you. Okay. It says songs, and so this person could just be, there could be a song that's constantly like, there's almost a sense of your person not being able to escape. All right, it's like they dream of this person. It's like a song. There's constantly songs just playing in their head. It's like they can't drown it out, and that's why they are kind of obsessively, you know, scrolling social media, gaming, and all that stuff. Let's see, their real traumas, thoughts, and feelings. And I just saw wishing I was with you now. Let's see, their real true honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile two, please. Yeah, it says, if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. For some of you, this is them like really owning up to the fact that they really fucked up this connection, especially with tragedy and forbidden love here. It may not have been forbidden when the two of you were together, but they might be seeing it as forbidden now because of like the lengths that they hurt you, right? They might be seeing you like it's forbidden because you don't want anything to do with them anymore, that kind of a thing, right? Let's get a couple more. Their real true honest thoughts and feelings towards pile two, please. Making you a top priority. They want to, I'm hearing them say if you gave them another chance, they would make you a top priority. That's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yeah, so they're kind of, there is some, then at the bottom of the deck we have it was the right thing to do. For some of you, your person may have walked away. They may have been if they did walk away, they feel like it was because it was the right thing to do. For them, it could just be like they saw themselves like something about the connection feels forbidden. Okay, now whether or not it's because, you know, societal expectations, maybe one of you was married or whatever the case may be, but something about the connection, like the love was forbidden or is forbidden, or at the very least it was inappropriate. Okay, and I shouldn't say at the very least, but there is a sense here like your person's like, I walked away because your involvement with them, pile two, was causing you pain, and maybe it was hard for you to walk away, so your person walked away kind of like on your behalf. Okay, but let me see what's going on with it was the right thing to do. I'm going to put this off camera because I don't have a lot of room for it anymore. Tell me more about it was the right thing to do. Was something supposed to end here? Does this have to do with, is this specifically pile two? We got death in the reverse. Give me a minute, you guys. I'm digging. Okay, no. Okay, so for many of you, the reason why the connection with them may have felt forbidden or was forbidden because there may have been a third party involved. It doesn't necessarily have to mean like they were married to someone else. I mean, it could just be forbidden in a sense of, you know, differing cultures, something about it, okay? And they didn't end, or they didn't put an end to whatever was making your guys' connection have this forbidden love kind of a feeling to it. And they're saying it, and it was the right thing to do for them not to end that, okay? So there may be other factors involved, you know, marriage, Hierophant in the reverse. I mean, for some of you, it was marriage. But the Hierophant in the reverse can also talk about nonconformity. So, I mean, this might be a little bit more on the specific side, but your person could have, like, maybe something more along the lines of an open marriage or a polyamorous or something like that. But, you know, yeah, that can talk about marriage, right? Your person not putting an end to the marriage. That was not you. Like, not putting an end to the connection that was not yours. We'll put it that way. Tell me more about pile 2's person, their overall energy towards pile 2. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of a third party energy happening here. The 3 of Wands in the reverse, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. There is a sense that your person is wanting to come out from the cold, or wanting this connection to come out of the cold, but not knowing when, with the 3 of Wands in the reverse there, okay? Give me one more. 9 of Pentacles. They want you to thrive, and they really want you to do good, and they don't want to cause you any more pain, right? They're not wanting to hold you up from whatever it is that you could be thriving in. They want you to do good despite what's happening or not happening between the 2 of you. They really don't want to cause you any more pain, any more disappointment, any more nothing, right? Anything that's bad, they definitely don't want to do that. They want you to thrive. It's interesting, though. We do have making you a top priority, but we also have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Okay? So they wanted to make you a top priority, but they couldn't. And yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, they wouldn't, right? Make you a top priority with that 1 foot in and 1 foot out there. Let's see, what messages do they have for you? So let me look real quick at what's going on. Yeah, for some of you, it's like, yeah, they're seeing this connection. Maybe it is some kind of a forbidden love affair, and the 2 of you cannot be together. But, you know, that's not stopping your person from being haunted by your energy. You're popping up in their dreams. There's, you know, they got songs playing on loop in their mind. They're trying to drown it out, you know, through social media and video gaming. And it's just, it's almost like, you know, the more your person tries to, like, let go, like, you know, so what they're needing to release is they're needing to release maybe their attachment to you. Also maybe needing to release, you know, the guilt that they're feeling, their sense of shame, you know, definitely regrets and stuff like that. And they're trying to, but the things that they're doing to try to release you is actually not working. It's making it worse. Okay. Let's get their messages to you, and then we will close your reading. Pile 2's person. What do you want pile 2 to know? I'm becoming a better person. So yeah, they're learning some lessons. And that's part of the reason why, if your person did walk away, they're doing what they believe is right by everyone involved. But that's not stopping your energy and your presence from haunting them on a very regular basis. Let's get a couple more. I'm starting to understand this connection. Whew. And then we have, I feel you even though we are apart. Oh yeah, definitely. You're even in their dreams, pile 2. And then at the bottom of the deck, it says, it's time for me to heal now. Huh. Definitely healing being heavily highlighted in your person's energy here, but I don't feel like, you know, and that might be what they're realizing. It's like they're, you know, and at this point, it just feels like it's your person having this epiphany, having this realization. That they're needing possibly yes, they're asking for your forgiveness, but they're also understanding and realizing that part of that is also them forgiving themselves. You know, facing the guilt and the regret, and you know, even being disappointed in themselves at how they did you. Or, you know, well, yeah, because it says if I can undo the pain I caused you, I would. It just feels like your person was not in a position to... Okay, there's some energies of maybe your person got into this connection with you and they weren't completely honest. That might be more specific about what their real, like, relationship status was or something like that. Maybe they weren't expecting for things between the two of you to develop the way that they did. I'm telling you, there is a sense of karma playing out because, you know, them having to walk away, or even if you were the one that walked away and they let you, it's like, you know, there's a sense, pile two, that your person is saying, like, if you walked away and they let you, there is a sense like they were happy that you were the one to walk away. But that didn't do, at first it may have relieved them because they didn't want to be the one to quote unquote break your heart, but then it didn't make them feel any better about things ending between the two of you. Let me find out what's going on with, I'm starting to understand this connection real quick. I'm starting to understand our connection. And keep in mind, that is coming up right on top of that tragedy forbidden love card. It's in that pile. You lit them up inside. You made them feel really good. You sparked something in them. I don't know how, like, is there still such a thing as arranged marriages, or just, you know, maybe marrying somebody for something other than love? I mean, that could be, that's not you, right? There was a genuine attraction and a spark and a chemistry between the two of you. There's something more authentic to your guys' connection, to your guys' bond and your chemistry than what it is they've got going on elsewhere. Okay, for many of you, it is a third-party situation. You know, and if not, I know this is a general reading. It could just be a sense of, you know, it's forbidden for some reason. And despite that, your person is wishing that it wasn't forbidden. They're wishing that they had the clearance or the ability to, you know, have something, to the ability to make you and their connection with you a top priority, but there's just a sense that they can't. And so they stay away. All right, pile two, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so, simply by subscribing. And yeah, so you don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile two, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. What's going on, pile three? Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading. Tapping in and channeling through what is going on with your person overall in their life in general. And yes, we're going to find out, you know, how you factor into their life. So, you know, finding out their overall energy towards you as well as like messages to you, their thoughts and feelings, just briefly tapping into those things as well. So this is going to resonate for those of you where, for whatever reason, you may not be in contact with your person, or you're just not in regular contact with your person. Okay, so keep in mind it's a collective general love reading, so if it resonates or whatever resonates, you can do whatever you want with it. If something isn't quite landing, just drop that bit of information and leave it behind for whomever it's resonating with. I have personal readings available. All the booking details can be found in the description box below. I can tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. I keep adding more. So there's a lot. There's like 7 available in the $25 specific person category. And there's, you know, more in-depth readings you can look into as well. Okay. Pile 3, you guys were drawn to the Lepidolite stone. Let's see their overall energy in general, what they're focusing on now. We have the full moon in Sagittarius, and it says looking at the bigger picture. Okay, and then we also have their main focus says your soul has returned to learn many lessons. We'll look at their energy towards you later after we find out what's going on in their life overall. So let's get to doing that right now. Let's see, pile 3's person. What's going on in pile 3's person's life right now? We're going to get 6, actually 3 of these, and then we're going to get clarifiers for them. Well, okay, crickets and insatiable. Okay, we got Verge, which says about to reveal or confess something. Cricket says silence, non-action, and then we also have insatiable with unquenchable and wanting more. Okay, tell me more about Verge. Ooh, twin flames. All right. Tell me about crickets. That's being clarified by TikTok. So it talks about a deadline, time running out. Tell me more about insatiable. Pressure cooker. Interesting. Ready to rage and ready to explode. Bottom of the deck is roller coaster. Yeah, there's a very specific connection here. Okay, we'll see whether or not that's you, or if it's a connection with someone else that that's being denoted here by the twin flame card. Okay, it's wrecking a lot of havoc in your person's life, teaching your person a lot of lessons. See, so twin flame says the one, mirrored souls, and pledged. Okay, yeah, this is speaking about a very specific connection. I don't know yet if that's going to be you. Let's see what's going on here. It looks like whoever this twin flame connection is, okay, that's showing up right underneath the Verge, about to reveal or confess something. Give me a minute. Let me look at crickets real quick. Let me make sure that's, yeah, this all feels like it's tied together. What's about to be revealed or confessed regarding this twin flame connection? Ooh, marriage. You know, and if it's not necessarily marriage, it could just, that feeling that something is divine, like it's God ordained or ordained by the universe or whatever the case, it's destiny, right? That kind of an energy. Who's confessing here? That feels like it's just about to be revealed to your person by the universe. Yeah, it's not your person confessing. It's your person has either realized that whoever this twin flame connection, like it, you know, whether or not your person is putting it in those words, like this person's my twin flame, they have realized that. Somehow they got the memo. It doesn't look like they're speaking on it though yet, with non-action and silence. Like they're not taking action on it yet. They're not saying anything about it yet. What's going on with deadline, time running out? Like it's one of those things where it feels like your person's not going to be allowed to not move on it. this pressure cooker feels like there's something stirring beneath the surface of your person, where it's like they're not going to be allowed not to move in the direction of whatever the soul mate, you know, twin flame connection is. Like there's something stirring deep within your person where they're not being allowed to ignore this connection anymore, whoever this twin flame connection is. Okay. This twin flame connection is really stirring the pot within your person, and it is for the purposes of their soul learning many lessons, right? This twin flame connection and your person, right? Your person and their quote unquote the twin flame have incarnated here for the purposes of learning lessons. And I don't know if maybe your person has been running away from that connection. But in the absence of that connection with their twin flame, whoever that person might be, we're just going to call them their twin flame for now, okay? Your person's going through it because of it. Yeah, they're not going to be able to stay silent for long or stay separated from that twin flame person for long, because of this insatiable pressure cooker energy that's stirring beneath the surface. Again, insatiable says unquenchable, wanting more, ready to explode. And so, yeah, but that deadline and time running out, tell me more about that. Your person has been running away from the connection, okay? Your person's been running away from that twin flame connection. And you know what? They may have been, quote unquote, allowed to, but that window is closing. I'm not sure what happens after that window closes, but let's see. Let's find out what their feelings are towards you, or their energy overall towards you. I have a feeling this is you, pile. That twin flame energy, I have a feeling that it's you. And so, just so you know, for those of you that don't necessarily believe, you know, in the twin flame concept, as a reader, I also see that as just your person feeling like there's something about your guys' connection in your dynamic, the dynamic of your guys' connection that has this unmatched. Your person's never felt anything like this before, right? There's a gravity to, you know, twin flame connections or twin flame-esque connections that cannot be ignored no matter how hard, you know, you try. And that's exactly what your person is feeling right now. Okay, and that might be, we have Verge. It talks about to reveal and confess. They're starting to get the gravity of the situation when it comes to this twin flame connection, because they've been trying to like maybe distance themselves from it, right? What's coming through. There's like, to your person, there's this undeniable gravitational pull towards whoever this twin flame person is. I feel for many of you, because of the energy that's coming through here in cleaning house, I have a feeling that's you, okay? And the more, it's just it's gravity, and the more that they try to like escape the connection, it's like something kicks up with them, and that it's like they're being pulled back. So there's a sense here that they've definitely been running away from it. So let's see their energy towards you. We got the number 37. Could also be the number 10 or the number 1. Okay, so, you know, endings definitely can be denoted here, but there's a new beginning, right, with the 10 and the 1. Cleaning house in the upright position says it's time to clear the clutter to make way for better things. Upright, it says, when you see the cleaning house card in a reading, it's time to declutter your life. Get rid of unwanted things in your physical home and release what you no longer want or truly need. Is there any unfinished business you should address? Thoughts, memories, and emotional baggage must be swept out of your house as well. Your conscience must be clear. See, what's coming through is like your energy, because I do feel at pile 3, you are this twin flame-esque connection to your person. That's you, right? And you know, with your soul has returned to, you're that energy that's like blowing everything out, like it's like a real strong, powerful gust blowing through your person's energy, and is rattling and shaking loose everything in your person's energy that is not in alignment with their authentic self, you know. So you're really rattling, like I'm hearing you're rattling some skeletons in their closet, some shadows that they have not been wanting to deal with, you know, fears, insecurities, triggers, stuff like that. Okay. It says your conscience must be clear for you to move freely in the world. Celebrate a spring cleaning and feel the freedom as you make way for much better things. Look at what you've resisted. Look at what you've resisted discarding and be honest about its value. Be honest. Clean house. Yeah. And so there's a sense here. Your person cannot, all right, cannot be like, if this twin flame energy is you, and for many of you I do feel like that's the case, pile 3, if this twin flame energy is you, they cannot, you know, just approach this kind of a connection with this surface level, casual, whatever, right? Connecting to you does something to your person, and it is beneficial. But, you know, when you're cleaning house, in the interim, you do tend to kick up a lot of dust, right? You know, in the very beginning, cleaning house can, you know, create the look of more chaos, but really what's happening is things are being restructured, reorganized, disinfected, aired out and stuff like that. And so, you know, as your person surrenders to your guys' connection, it's like they're going to come out the other end of it just feeling, you know, spick and span and clean and just, you know, sanitized. And really what it is, they're going to be feeling more like their true authentic self, which, you know, beautiful, beautiful thing. But, you know, if they don't know that that's what's happening, then of course it's going to hurt in the very beginning. They're like, oh no, you know, these shadows are ugly. These feelings are ugly. This emotional baggage and this trauma that's being brought out for me to integrate, it's ugly. It doesn't feel good, stuff like that. It's going to cause them to run. And very well likely that's probably what they did, especially with that crickets, with silence and non-action. And your person has been given, it kind of feels like they've been given like a grace period, right? Where they were allowed to do that. But there's something, I don't know what this internal clock is here. It's internal. It's an internal clock. And it's like, you know, the desire, it's like, okay, we're going to let you get away with that. And this is like your person's right higher self. Like, I'm going to let you get away with that because it is serving you at this time. But there is coming a time, you know, where your person is like, they're not forced, but almost, right? It's like they're gonna be required to jump in the deep end. It's like it's time for you to learn how, you know how to swim. It's time for you to remember that you know how to swim. It's time for you to remember that you know how to fly, right? And so it's like they're gonna be pushed into the deep end or pushed off the cliff, right? But with this insatiable energy here, unquenchable and wanting more, you know, they're gonna be scared as hell, but they're being internally driven to do that. You know, the deep end being this twin flame connection, okay? Okay, show me pile 3's person. I just saw if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. They're afraid. Yeah, they are afraid. Like if they have hurt you, they feel really bad about that. And they are also afraid of just hurting you in general. Okay. Pile 3's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3, please. Oh, that was supposed to come out because it came out. Okay. If I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. Yeah. They don't like hurting you. They don't like the idea that they have hurt you, and they don't like the idea that they could. Okay. So your person could also be sensing, pile 3, that, you know, as much as they're feeling the gravitational pull towards you and their connection with you, they could be sensing that you also feel the gravitational pull towards them and your connection with them. All right. And yeah, they are thinking of you in that way, like that compassion. They are having compassion. Even as a sense of responsibility, right? Let's see, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3, please. Pile 3's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile 3. We have, yeah, I feel so good when I'm with you. Interesting to note that that's coming out right on top of crickets and non-action, right? So, you know, silence and not taking action. It's like they know you're the Garden of Eden, right? They know you're paradise. They know, you know, that you're heaven. And it's just like, you know, I'm not taking any action towards that at this point in time. Let's get one more. But there is an insatiable desire, an unquenchable desire that they feel, you know, to be in the Garden of Eden with you, in paradise with you. Give me one more. Pile 3's person, they're real, true, honest. I feel so foolish for fumbling you. Yep. Yeah, and so for many of you, you know, they did something. They mishandled you. They may have even been reckless with, you know, you in this connection, maybe not taking it seriously, even though internally they knew that they should, right? At the bottom of the deck, we have remembering and focusing on the bad times. This feels more like it's internal, though. Like your person is really kind of beating themselves up for fumbling you in their connection with you. Okay, so it's not necessarily that they're focusing on like the bad times and the arguments that you had. What they're focusing on is like how they fumbled you. You know, how, you know, you showed up for them in a certain particular way and they ditched you, or they didn't show up for you, or what, you see what I'm saying? It's those bad times that they're focusing on, not necessarily the bad times where, you know, again, you guys had arguments or stuff. They're focusing on their bad that they caused. Yeah, let me double check that though. Tell me more about remembering, focusing on the bad times. This is a very powerful connection, you guys. I'm yawning. I'm not tired, but I'm yawning because that's how my... That's interesting. Okay, so I'm in the presence of what feels like a twin flame connection. I'm tapping into this energy. It's so powerful. It's actually, it's like, it's, it's processing shit out of me, out of my body, right? That's awesome, man. Your guys' connection is so powerful, pile 3. Let's see. Tell me more about the remembering, focusing. Oh my gosh. Y'all are about to short circuit. I'm going to have to probably, yeah, I'm going to have to ground because holy moly. Give me a minute. And here my sinuses. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, your guys' energy together is potent. It is powerful. I'm having to ground my energy because holy heck, it's going to knock me out if I'm not careful. Give me a minute. I've never had to do this before. All right, give me a second, you guys. Oh, okay. Not bad, right? Not even challenging. It's just powerful. It's knocking a lot. See, in this, I feel like, you know, as much as that you guys are doing that to me, it's like you're doing that to your person amplified, and may even be doing that to each other, okay? What was I even doing? Oh, tell me more about remembering and focusing on the bad times. This bottom of the deck energy, please. They're getting over it in terms of like maybe forgiving themselves. So it's energy that's, you know, weakening. They might be realizing like them constantly focusing on the bad times is part of the problem, keeping you guys at a distance. And see, you know, yeah, your person, it's great that they are acknowledging their wrongs and how they fumbled you and stuff like that. But maybe what they were thinking that meant was, you know, I'm a bad person for pile 3, so I shouldn't be anywhere near pile 3. That's not the case in the context of a twin flame connection. It's like, okay, yes, you're acknowledging and noticing where you dropped the ball, but that doesn't mean that you keep the ball dropped. You abandon the ball and just walk away. You learn your lesson and you don't drop it again, right? Or you keep the ball moving. And so I feel like that's where your person's coming out of that. They're starting to realize, you know, okay, I can't, it's like they literally can't abandon the ball. They're being gravitationally, they're being pulled back by gravity to it, right? All right, let's see. Pile three's person, show me more. Oh my gosh, whew, pile three, holy hell. Hopefully I can get through this reading without passing out. Pile three's person. Tell me more about your overall energy towards pile three's person. Oh, the six. Yeah, this is definitely soulmate past life energy. Twin flames. That's coming out on top of twin flames, okay? When I see the Six of Cups too, I also see like inner children. Like the two of you have inner children, you know, that might still be wounded, but very healing to each other, right? The two of you, your connection has the ability to heal each other's inner children, and you can heal your inner child without, you know, your twin flame-esque person and your connection, but it's like that healing can happen faster if the two of you are on the same page, okay? They definitely feel the soulmate energy towards you. The Chariot in the reverse, and that's showing up right underneath crickets and no action. Yeah, there's definitely a resistance happening, because in your proximity, in the proximity of their connection, and just in the proximity of your actual physical presence, pile three, it's knocking a lot of stuff loose in their energy, and it can be a lot for your person to process and handle. Okay, you could definitely be short-circuiting just their body and their nervous system, because it's a lot of energy. And yes, it is beneficial, but it's still a lot. And so when people are processing trauma, emotional baggage, and just, you know, dissolving triggers and stuff like that, the body gets acclimated to a certain dynamic of energy. And even though it's just like cutting out, you know, cancers, or cutting out, doing surgery and removing, you know, things and stuff like that. Yes, it's beneficial to the body, but the body still has to recover. And so, you know, that's also something else coming through for your person. They do feel so good when they're with you, but it's so much energy that's knocking so much stuff loose so that it can be transmuted and integrated and alchemized and stuff like that. They do have to take, you know, maybe some hiatuses from your guys' connection so that their bodies can recalibrate, right? Let's see. Tell me more. One more. Tell me more about their overall energy towards pile three and their connection with pile three. They're not ready for a reunion yet, okay? But they're not going to be able, literally, they're not going to be able to stay away from you for long. Away from this connection for long. What was that? Yeah, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Huh. Tell me more about the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so there is a part of your guys' journey and just in your guys' connection. It's like, yeah, some things are done together. You guys will spend some time together. You know, your guys' presence will knock some things loose internally, and then they'll have to kind of take a hiatus for a bit. Because that Three of Pentacles in the reverse is giving me like, yeah, the connection is there, that shared project or that goal is there, and there are some times when you have to work on certain aspects of things individually, and that's what it feels like, right? There's not a lot of forward-moving energy, if any at all, going into this connection at this point in time. That doesn't mean there's not any energy happening. There's times when you do things together, and then there's a time when you have to separate and do things individually, and that's what it feels where you guys are at, you know, in the connection at this point in time. What we're going to do now is, let's see, their messages to you, and then we will close the reading. What do you want pile three to know, pile three's person? I wonder how you feel. This is coming out right underneath, if I can undo the pain I caused you, I would. There is some concern about maybe what you're thinking about that pain that they caused you. But they're also wondering, like, do you feel the same way that they do? Are you feeling the same intensity in the connection that they do? Are you also nostalgic like they are? You know, do you feel the same way that they do when it comes to like their feelings about the connection? Again, you know, with that twin flame-esque energy coming through, that's your person understanding and realizing, like, I've never felt like this with anybody before. I've never felt, it's like I've never felt this complete and blown to smithereens at the same time. It's like, man, what do you want pile 3 to know? What does pile 3's person want pile 3 to know? I find you so attractive. They are so drawn to you. I miss seeing you. Yeah. So it's like, just so you know, pile 3, it's like the time apart that you guys are spending, it feels almost like it's required. Again, there's a time where you guys do things together, and then there's a time when, you know, you have to go your separate ways. But yeah, and then we have I can't reach out at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I was just interrupted. So that definitely feels like what's going on in the connection, but it was something that needed, you know, I had to be interrupted again. So yeah, whatever you guys are going through, the separation that you guys are on, or you guys are on individual paths right now, I am going to tell you, and let me see if I can find what the timing is for when, because they are being, again, the time that you guys are spending apart, there's like a ticking down on that. It's like, you know, they're actually, what I'm hearing is right now they are being drawn back towards you. So you guys are going to be experiencing union with your person fairly soon. Let me see if I can find out. Give me an idea what timing is going to be. When is pile 3 and their person going to be in union again? When are they going to see each other again? Fairly soon. Sooner rather than later. We have the Page of Swords energy. That's air energy. It's the fastest moving energy of all 4 elements. And so this could be in a span of like hours, okay, days. But they didn't give me a number, so it could very well be. You could be hearing from this person online, you know, through social media or text or something like that fairly soon. Possibly within the next air sign season. Is there an air fire, I don't think there's an air fire cusp, is there? Okay, so this feels more like a message coming through, like through a social media, private message, text message. When are they going to see each other again? Air, yeah. Oh, wow. This could be in as little as like 1 hour, you guys. At most within the next week, okay? The Knight of Wands had come out with the Page of Swords, so that's a fire sign season, which we are currently in. So this is a timeless reading. You are going to be hearing from this person very, very soon for the vast majority of you guys. All right, pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would. Smash that like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. I'm super curious about your guys' connection, you guys, because that was some powerful shit, okay? Anyway, yeah, you can become part of the family simply by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile 3, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, you guys.